Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, where we talk all things health, fitness, and lifestyle. I hope you enjoy the show. I'm your host, Gabby Mazar, and welcome to this week's Fit Tip. Today we are going to talk about diet and nutrition and what is the best diet for you. So I am kind of a little bit... I don't love the word diet because to me, diet has such a negative connotation. When I think about diet, I think about the negatives and yo-yo dieting and all of the diets out there that are super, super restrictive. And to me, I want you to think about a few things when you think about diet or dieting or eating in general. So you have to think about these 4 questions. 1, is it sustainable? 2, is it overly restrictive? 3, will you be able to live your life or live your life happily? And 4, will you be adequately nourished? So those are 4 really, really important questions you have to ask yourself when you are thinking about dieting. And I say that because you have to be able to live and eat, and eating is something we do every single day. So when you're talking about weight loss, when you're talking about losing weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. So a pound, to lose 1 pound is 3,500 calories. So you have to be in a 3,500 calorie deficit in order to lose a pound. So I'm not going to talk super numbers here because it gets kind of confusing. So I'm not going to talk about that. But regardless, you have to actually be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So what people tend to do is think, I'm going to eat 1,100, 1,000 calories to lose weight. But what that ends up doing is making you really super crazy unhappy, and you're not able to stick with that. So what I want you to think about when losing weight or dieting is that you have to make your life sustainable. This is something you're going to live for a very, very long time, and you want to live it well and live it happy and live it healthy. So when you're trying out all these different diets, because there's so many out there, and some of the ones that are super popular, the Mediterranean diet, which is high in fiber and low in saturated fat, is a good one. The DASH diet, which is like a newer diet, the dietary approach to stop hypertension, is a low sodium diet. Then you have vegan diet, which is a step further than vegetarian, and flexitarian, which is the opposite of vegan, so making it a little more flexible. And then intermittent fasting, which is also popular out there as well, so restricting that window of time that you eat. Those are some of the popular diets now. But what I want you to think about when you're trying these particular diets is, 1, how do you feel? 2, how did you do? 3, are you satisfied? And 4, is it impacting your life? Now, is it impacting your life in a positive or a negative way? And do you feel good or bad? How did you do? Did you eat well, and were you like, yeah, I can totally do this? Or were you like, oh my God, I'm going to eat an entire sheet pan of brownies later today? And that can be sustainable for a week and then you completely binge, or just one day. Ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this something I can sustain long term? Because the long term is where you see results. And the yo-yo dieting is where you see your loss in weight and then you're gaining weight, your loss in weight and you're gaining weight. So really, it's important when we consider dieting and dieting for weight loss is that it has to be something sustainable, and it has to be something that we can do for the long term and that we enjoy doing. You don't have to be super restrictive. You don't have to cut out all the things that you love. You don't have to not enjoy holidays or not enjoy birthdays or not enjoy your life, period. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you can do it in a calorie deficit, and it can be a small deficit over a long period of time. In that long period of time, you will see results, and you will see those results sustainable forever. So that's my tip for today for your long-term weight loss. Make sure that you can do it forever. Make sure that you're happy. That's the most important part. You want to be happy and healthy, because if you're unhappy, what's the point in doing any of these things? It's not enjoyable and you're not going to like it, and there's really no point in doing it. So that's my tip for today, and I hope you can live a happy, healthy life. So thanks for listening to the Fit Minute Podcast, and we'll see you next week.